What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? No, he doesn't even know what it's called. What's it called? What's it called?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to you.
Ooh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Finally, you've found yourself.
Yeah, that's right. We found you first, though.
Yeah, that's right. Luckily for you, we exist. Otherwise, you wouldn't know anything about you.
Yeah, you don't know shit.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, stop listening.
Yeah, throw your phone in the pool. Yeah, I'm sick of you doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody's
man.
like, ooh, we love our audience. And we're like, we're sick of this
I hate
shit.
'em. Yeah, they're very devoted and kind to us, and I don't like that. I think it's bad that people engage with us in a positive manner and consume the art that we make. And it does
Yeah.
feel a little weird to have referred to this as art. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's not really, like, before we recorded,
Yeah.
it's so funny to us. We're getting a little peek behind the curtain.
We're in an office.
It was dead silent for about 20 seconds, and we're trying to write down things to name. So it's dead silent, and I go, Applebee's.
And then I said, that's what I'm talking about. And we were talking about how funny it would be
Good
if, like,
job.
I've always thought it was so interesting, the idea of getting a snapshot of your future life when you were a kid. And when I was a kid, man, I thought about it all the time. I didn't have I don't even know if I had a notion. I was like, I think it was a depression thing. Like, I was worried that I suck, and I wanted to know if I was gonna suck or not.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't even know what that really
I
means.
still worry.
Right. Absolutely. So I wanted to see. I wanted to be like, oh, will I be all right? Will I be fun? Will I be cool or whatever? And I just wanted a 10-second snapshot. And God, I really wish it was that. I really wish
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like 10 years old. This magical old man showed up and was like, all right, your wish is granted. Here's 10 seconds of your future. This is what it's going to be like when you're 39. And it's just a shot of me in an office. And I can't, if you're not watching on YouTube, you can't, it's so office-y in here. Like we are undeniably in an office. If you didn't know that we had a stupid-ass podcast, you would think that we worked for Enron.
Yeah,
It's
a
like
company.
they vacuum the carpet every night and there's nothing
Right.
on the walls.
There's a doorman.
Yeah, totally.
There's a doorman.
So we're in like a really professional office, the offices of IBM, it seems like. And I'm wearing fucking skater shoes, and I'm sitting here with a guy that 10-year-old me has never seen before, who just
Right.
honestly kind of looks like me again. Just me number 2, sitting in the chair. And he goes, Applebee's? And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
And then they're like, that's what you're going to be like in 30 years. I'm like, what?
Oh, I thought I would have to be like the Leave It to Beaver dad. For some reason, I thought adults, even though my dad wasn't really like that.
Yeah.
Like he was a preacher in the South in a
Yeah.
small town. But for some reason in my head, I thought I'd have to drive home like Homer Simpson, and I'd have a suitcase.
Oh,
And
funny.
and I had to be stern. I probably had to go spank my kids every night, Like
Of
that's what I
course.
thought was the future. And then knowing that it gets to be this, like I get to wear track pants and rename shit.
That's true.
It's insane.
I would have been really confused, and I would have been really blown away by exactly that, man. I would have, because at 10, if you were like, what's life gonna be like for you when you're 39? I would be like, I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna be really boring, and I'm gonna have a house. I'm gonna have a house, kids, and nothing else. And if you asked me when I was 15 what I'm going to be like at 39, I'm going to say, I would have said, I'm going to have a house, kids, and a gun in my mouth. I'm going to hate my life because that's what happens to everybody who grows up in America.
Right, yeah.
You get a job. I'm going to be an engineer working for Microsoft. I wanted to be an engineer for a
Yeah.
long time.
What do they do?
I don't know. Count electrons.
People
Yeah.
keep doing that as a job, and I don't know what it is. They're like, I'm an engineer. I don't know what to say.
Oh, what do
back.
engineers do?
Yeah.
Different stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. Some engineers figure out how roads go together. Yeah,
I thought those
man.
were the road guys. I thought that would just be called a road builder.
A road guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think engineer. I thought engineer was like you ran a steam engine and you had a hat. You had the,
when did you think that? Recently?
That's still what comes in my head when people
An
say
engineer.
it. And I'm
I
like,
think a
I
train
know you,
engineer is that.
I know you don't do that, but I don't know what you do. I don't know what your job is.
Yeah, well, like an electrical engineer, makes lightning, and he's wearing a little hat. He's sitting in a train car, shoveling lightning into an oven, wearing a hat.
That makes as much sense as however electricity does work. I still can't believe, like, Benjamin Franklin flew a kite and it got struck by lightning. That's what they say.
Yeah, totally.
What are the odds that's true?
Oh yeah, there's no way that's true.
Come on. No way. He flew a kite and found out you could put that in a light bulb? What are we talking about here? He went out and flew a kite with his little knee pants and his wig on.
Well, there was
At
like
night?
something tied to the
Come on.
kite, right?
A key.
Yeah, a
Shut
key.
the fuck up.
That's
not.
And so he got shocked, and he was like, "Oh, lightning is electricity."
Well, how did he know what it was then?
I'm just saying that the reason that story is actually true, maybe, is not that it's hard to get there. It's because it's easy to get there. You know what I mean? Like, that story, I've never really thought about it before now, but what that story actually is Benjamin Franklin was the first person in history to be like, oh, lightning is electricity, which is like obvious to anyone, right?
Right. I remember when they taught me in school, they're like, he found out that lightning was electricity. And I was like, no, I'm 5. I know that.
Right.
No one even told me.
Or are we stupid? Maybe I'm very stupid, and the people listening are like, wow, Dave, this is not what happened. It was actually like really impressive what he did. But that's what it sounded like to me, that he found out that lightning is lightning. You know what I mean?
But everyone else saw lightning, and they would go, don't get in there. Don't go near that.
It's literally, he was just like, did you guys know that babies are people?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Babies and
And
lightning.
people were like, whoa, we shouldn't eat those. Yeah, man, babies are people. Don't eat them.
Don't eat them. That's just odd, though. I don't understand what happens after that. He comes in and goes, whoa, that was my kite got struck by lightning. I think it might be electric. What happens now? So he says it. That was
Right.
electricity. What do we do now with that? Thanks,
Right.
Ben. Cool. Well, how long until we had a power bill? You know? What'd he really do? It's not like he put it in our house.
I love this.
He didn't do anything.
I love this way after the fact, talking shit to Ben Franklin.
Sick of it.
But what did he do?
What'd he do? I don't know what he did. He just you could have. What'd he do that was special? Because you could have flown a kite and it got struck and you went, whoa! That's all they did.
I actually don't know if that's what he did. I'm now realizing I actually don't really remember what the story is.
I've seen paintings of it.
What's the story?
So he was flying his kite with I think it was a key on there. He had a key on his kite.
Yeah.
It got struck by lightning. He went, whoa, electricity. But how'd he know what electricity was? It wasn't like he was like, the stuff in my plug, maybe the stuff in my plug is the same as the sky. He didn't have a plug. They didn't have you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but you would still have like static electricity. Like there was still the existence of electricity in the world.
I guess so, but
So
did they
that's
call
actually
it
probably
something?
what it was. It was probably they were aware of static electricity and lightning, and he never put together that there was this thing that was like electrical energy out there. Like truly, it's funny. I've never really thought about it. I've like heard this story my entire life,
Yeah.
and been like, yeah, he discovered electricity, but what does that actually mean? Could you imagine this like hammered senator walks into your fucking
Right.
room and is like, lightning hit my kite, and I actually think that we can use that to boil water. you'd be
Right.
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
God, man, I hate Democrats. I fucking hate Democrats. This coke-addled fucking shithead who somehow wriggled his way into signing the
Yeah.
Declaration of Independence, climbed out of his fucking food coma to fly a kite in a rainstorm, and now he's trying to convince me that lightning is fire.
I honestly wonder if we were talking to like a scientist from another country, they'd be like, "Oh, they're still telling y'all that Ben Franklin did that."
Right.
Like it seems like it might be just completely obvious propaganda for the founding fathers. Like, and then he chopped down a cherry tree, and his teeth were made of wood. Like, is any of this shit true?
So
Oh, come on! I can already see the picture.
I pulled up Ben Franklin's Wikipedia because I want to know what this says. And so here's what it says in his Wikipedia. Franklin started exploring the phenomenon of electricity in 1746 when he saw some of Archibald Spencer's lectures using static electricity for illustrations. Franklin proposed that vitreous and resinous electricity were not different types of electrical fluid, as electricity was called then, but the same fluid under different pressures. Oh, so this was like a big scientific discussion. Okay, so what the fuck
So
happened?
he didn't discover it.
Yeah,
they
but
already called it fluid.
But they all
electric
had
fluid.
no idea what it was. Franklin briefly investigated electrotherapy, including the use of the electric bath.
Oh,
This
come
work led
on.
to the field becoming widely known. Interesting. Yeah, it's all. You know what's funny too is that like you get older, you like one of the first things you learn in college is that everything that you learned in high school and before that was half a page in a history book was just wrong.
Yeah.
Because they just took a paragraph and they described the entire 30 Years' War.
Right.
And,
From the perspective of us.
right, from the
And
perspective of the winner.
Someone wrote it.
Right,
Some
right, right.
person was like, here, I'll tell. Like, I used to think, oh, the history book's true because I don't know how to write a book. You know? So maybe this must just be the truth book. But it's just someone wrote this
Truth
down.
book. We should write and sell the truth book.
Somebody who hates their job wrote this down. You know?
In his writings, Franklin indicates that he was aware of the dangers and offered alternative ways to demonstrate that lightning was electrical, as shown by his use of the concept of electrical ground. People literally didn't know that lightning was electricity. And I guess that makes sense because people used to think that stars were God. And and still do. And so people were like, stars are God, clouds are women. Clouds are women, stars are men, and they're all gods. And they talk to each other. And it's all the stars, the clouds are the stars' sister. And their dad, the moon, or their mom, the moon, and their dad,
That's
the
the
sun.
devil beating his wife. Lightning is the devil busting a nut.
And they all live on a mountain in Norway.
Yeah, and it's like,
Wait, lightning, what? Is the devil busting his
yeah.
nut?
Well, if it's raining when the sun's out, he's beating his wife, and if it's lightning,
Wow.
he's busting a little devil nut.
Yeah, damn, dude. Busted a little devil nut.
It can't bust the same nut twice.
Man,
You know what they say.
busting a little devil nut. That's so funny. That's what I call it when I pee a little.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I'm like, I get scared. You ever get scared? How
No,
often do you get scared?
I'm more likely to. I got scared when I watched Hereditary.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
It is a really, dude, can I tell you?
Yeah.
I got really scared watching Hereditary for two reasons. The first is it's scary.
Yeah.
Well, three reasons. The first is it's scary. The second is that I hate scary movies. All scary movies fucking scare me. The third is I walked in halfway through,
Oh.
and Chris Charpentier and Zach Toscani were watching it in my house.
Oh.
So I didn't even see the beginning. I had no context. And so if you start watching Hereditary halfway through, nothing happens for about 45 minutes. It's just like a family in a house. And I kept being like, what are they doing in this fucking house? And they didn't tell me it was a scary movie aside from the sort of like eerie music. And then all of a sudden the ending happens.
That's insane.
Yeah, dude.
Man. That movie, like, I had to pause it. And I know that these are actors.
Yeah.
And it's not real. But there's a part of your brain that a really well done horror movie can just kind of set you on edge.
Dude.
I know that I'm not gonna. My mom's not gonna get possessed and bang her head on the ceiling and like turn into a demon. I know
Yeah.
that. but somehow your body doesn't know. You're
Right.
like, it's weird that we do that to ourselves. But man, that movie, I almost never actually am affected by it. Like, I'll just be like, oh, what a good horror movie or a bad horror movie. But man, that one, like, that like changed my pulse. And yeah, but I'm more
Yeah.
likely to pee in my pants laughing than scared.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I was kidding. I don't pee in my pants. I shit in my mouth. But no, I don't. But yeah, I was being silly, and then I realized that's a question I want to ask. And actually, I think Caleb and I were talking about segments, adding new stuff to the show. What we would want to see in a show, what type of little segments, and that's one I really like. That I'm gonna bring us back to at least a couple times, but maybe more. Like, I like talking about what has scared us.
Yeah,
'Cause,
scary
like,
stuff.
Because there's so many different types of fear. And I don't mean to get all intense, but like there's, just literally getting scared by a scary movie. And that's like a certain type of fear. Then there's like things happening in your life that cause actual visceral fear, like the power going out and you hear like someone bangs on the door. Shit like that. Or you hear a gunshot really close to your house. Shit like that is actually scary. But then there's like
Earthquakes.
existential fear that's like you get scared with regard to your career or
Yeah.
having friends or stuff like that.
Or getting lame, like you don't
Right,
wanna
getting
get
irrelevant.
lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's just the general like sort of moment to moment inborn fear that is really anxiety, but like I say I live in fear, and that's because I have really bad anxiety. I have like a very noticeable to me anxiety disorder, and yeah, I don't know. So it's like a weird part of life. I've always thought fear was so interesting that way because it sucks ass.
Yeah, it's
Every
worse.
single kind of it. We all have it and experience it, but we all are completely ashamed of it and try to hide it.
Right,
And
pretend.
fuck that, dude.
No one ever, when you're like, how you doing? I'm afraid.
Not You should say that. We should all say, I am afraid.
I'm juggling several fears right now.
When's the most recent time you think you were afraid? Pick any of these types of fear.
Ooh,
Well, actually, sorry for...
all the time. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that existential and career and life and love fear is ever present. But let's talk about, like, when's the last time you got spooked? You like worried you were going to die or something.
Okay, it was for some reason that there's a big power outage in East LA. I'd say a month or two ago.
Okay.
And it was so, and I've had a couple just that were like my room. Like I'm like, what the hell? And then I had to go to the circuit breaker and be like,
Right.
all that. And I don't like that at all. My room immediately gets hot. I live in an attic with a bunch of comedians.
Yeah.
And I live in like not the best neighborhood.
Right.
And so even just then, I'm just like, oh, this is horrible. It's hot in here. It's dark and hot. I hate it.
Right.
And I don't
Those
have.
two should never go together.
No, I don't like it. And
Yeah.
so, but then we had one day, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go to the circuit breaker. And so I go out, all the power's off in the whole apartment, and then all my roommates, like our internet's off, and all the power's off. We look outside, the whole block is dark, street lights, everyone's house, nothing,
Dude.
Like it's just deadly silent and odd.
And it is like Caleb's neighborhood is where we recorded in the park at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
If you listen to our first 20 or 30 episodes. And we stopped doing that because people violently screaming would walk by us. And at one point, someone was like screaming threats. Luckily not at us, but at someone else. And I say all this not to interrupt, just to say like Caleb's neighborhood is scary. It just is.
It is. I live in a scary place, but
Yeah.
but for some reason, I'm typically not scared. Like we talk about all these different fears, but like I will just eat stuff and drink stuff.
Oh, sure.
You know,
Right.
I'll be at a party and someone will hand me a drink and I'll drink it.
Right.
And people hand me food, I'll eat it. See a free sample, great. And I'm like, that's the thing that I think has probably killed more people in history.
Yes.
For the first years of humanity. I'm never afraid of eating something and dying. You know what I mean? Isn't that weird?
That is weird. It's weird because I have been both that and not that, in the sense that I was that for a long time. I used to do all the drugs. And then, I was one of those people, if I was drunk at a party, I would walk around fucking picking up empties and drinking them.
Right.
The thing that
Crazy.
that like sends people to the hospital constantly.
We have this fear of death, but then we just act like I'll walk down. I'll be like, well, this neighborhood looks rough, and that guy's walking right at me. All right.
Yeah, same.
Uber's too much. I'm like not afraid.
We draw
weird
weird
that I don't have
lines
that one, yeah.
in the sand, for sure.
I fly every week, not afraid of it.
We've been talked about it in the past with money, right? Like
Yeah.
you being broke. It's similar to being broke in the sense you're like, I'm broke, I can't afford anything. And so you skimp on like clothes and having a bed frame and shit, and then you spend $20 on beer at a bar.
Right.
And our brains are we're all fucking stupid, I guess.
We are, but I also another Benjamin Franklin quote where he goes, "Beer is proof there is a God and He loves us." And then I remember someone, it may have been him or someone else, but somebody goes, "I'll always get." He's like, you need to earn. It's good to work and earn your whatever, but he's like, if a homeless guy asks you for a beer, get him a beer. Everybody deserves a beer. Where they're just like,
right,
like no matter what, I just think like. And Joe Zimmerman had a great thing where he's like, the year he saved $15,000, he did all those like financial tips of like, never eat out, never do the, never buy an umbrella, like just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, I did it all. It's the saddest I ever was.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I didn't have a beer, didn't go to Starbucks, I didn't watch a movie in a theater, I didn't hang out with my friends. I had 15 grand, and then I just spent it all on fun because it was the worst year of my life.
Yeah, totally.
And I was just like, yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with fear. Like your brain makes concessions,
right.
And you're like, you wouldn't be able to be you if you weren't the kind of guy who just ate shit when people handed it to you.
Right.
And I don't know, dude. Something happened to me when I got older. I really used to be, in comparison to me now, reckless. I was always anxious, but I would like do drugs and I would like eat anything and drink anything. And then something happened in my brain somewhere in my 30s where I became like really scared of dying.
Mm-hmm.
And I am like terrified. I have like a lot of food phobias. Like when
Really?
Yeah. And I make sure to like eat and like not live my life, because if I'm terrified that I'm allergic to foods and that it'll kill me. This is like a phobia that I have, for sure. And I make sure to eat things when they're put in front of me, except for shellfish, which I very much wonder if I have an allergy, like very intensely. My mom has one that she developed later in life, so I'm very wary of that.
Right.
Even that, I think, is probably a phobia, but I steer clear of shellfish for this reason. I'm also, though, scared anytime I eat anything that I've never eaten before. I'm like, this is the one. I'm allergic to this, and it's going to kill me. I make sure to eat it because I don't want to live my life that way.
Right.
But then the problem is that I eat it, and then I sit there having horrible, anxious panic that results in either a panic attack or me just like feeling really weird because anxiety fucks with your body. And so it's honestly not that different than being allergic to it, because I just sit there and worry. Yeah. And but yeah, that happened to me somewhere in the past 5 years. And I do know what changed. I like noticed I have mortality, and I like didn't before.
Right. Well, I always think I have similar things like that, but then I think, like, how do people die? It's always, they got old, they died because they're 80, and that's what happens, or, they got, it's usually that, or they had a big, some crazy cataclysmic thing,
right.
But you never hear anybody like, oh, how'd they die? Shellfish. I think life is so much more boring. It's like, I'll probably die when I'm 82 from complication. I'll be going in for a routine surgery, and I'll just die because my body's old.
Oh my God, that's such a good
That's
point.
probably what'll happen.
And honestly,
no one dies
saying
like
that really, I think, will affect my life positively for the rest of it. I actually think that what you just said changed my life.
Whoa.
Because this anxiety is very real in me. I get really worried eating something new that I'm going to die, and it's like a form of hypochondria, I think. And it's just so funny to think the idea I'm like imagining, how'd he die? Well, when he was 39, he had butternut squash for the first time.
Yeah.
And that's poison for him. That's not going to happen to me.
No, it's not. Here are the things that happen. You get old, you get cancer, or
Right, you get shot.
You get shot. That's what happens. Or you get really fucked up and try to drive. I don't know. There's not that many things that I feel, or your heart gives out. Heart disease.
Right.
It's one of those things. Or you get old and then COVID messes with the other thing you got. That's what happens. Or you get supremely unhealthy and then something reckless. You're teetering. But it's like, yeah, man, that's what's going to happen. You're going to be 82, and you're going to be like, man, this is probably it.
Right.
But that's what it is. That's what it mostly is for people. Yeah. You're not going to die on a plane. You're not going to die in an earthquake.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds like a poem. You're not going to die in a plane. It sounds like a Dr.
Not
Seuss.
going to die in a plane. You're not going to die in a plane.
Earthquake.
You're not going to die.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, that's what it is,
You're not going to die in Ukraine.
Yeah.
You're not going to die on your lunch break. That's what
Right.
it is. You're not going to die in a plane. You're not going to die in an earthquake. You're not going to die in Ukraine.
You're
and
not
going to die
on
on your lunch break.
You're going to
And you can
die.
quote, that's actually also a Ben Franklin quote.
Yeah. And that's how Ben Franklin
He's got
died.
so many quotes. Yeah, on his fucking lunch break in a plane. That's why you never order lunch on a plane. You know another Ben Franklin quote? I got to stop putting cocaine in my ass.
I bet he did. We don't talk about all the things he discovered.
Dude, he was a fucking hedonist.
Yeah.
He was, yeah. Wasn't he one of the people that, like, people wanted him to be president, and he was like, nah.
Yeah, he was like, no, I like going to France.
I like getting fucked up.
Yeah.
I like getting fucked up and not being in charge. Hey, everybody. Welcome to What's It Called?
Whoa!
Thank you so much for watching
Yeah.
and listening.
Thank you.
Or you're probably not doing both. Well, if you're watching, you're listening.
Hey, and I got to tell you, you got to get on this YouTube because
Yes.
I know it's, you might be on a commute or whatever, but if you have some time, sit down and watch it. It's really good.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. You get to see our office.
Yeah.
We have two of our good buddies in the background, Simon Gibson and Ismail Lutfi,
That's right.
famously the husband of Claire Lutfi.
Our number one listener.
And yeah, I don't know. We just love our office.
Yes.
So check
Thank
it
you.
out. What's it called? .rodeo for the link to our YouTube. Also, all the other links that have to do with us, including our Patreon, which is
Yeah.
patreon.com/whatsitcalled. Bonus episodes on there and merch on there.
Yeah.
Follow the show on Instagram and Twitter at whatsitpod and email us whatthehellisitkalled@gmail.com
Yes.
if you have anything you want to share with us, anything you'd like us to rename, whether it's your thing or just something you'd like us to talk about on the show. We fucking love
We
hearing
love
from
it.
you.
Hell yeah.
This episode is all about that, by the way. All your stuff. This is You, Volume 2.
That's right, baby. Oh, that should have had a song play right then.
You, Volume 2.
Yeah. And join this Patreon so I can move to a neighborhood that's better.
Yeah. You really do live in a scary fucking neighborhood.
Oh man, every time an Uber drops me off from the airport, they always go, "Whoa!"
Totally.
They're like, "It's here," and I go, "It's
Yeah.
right there," and they go, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Yeah, no one ever says nothing. They always go, "Mm."
Yeah, Caleb lives in one of those apartment buildings where the door is dirty. It's like, God damn, man, clean the door. How bad is this
I've
building that you
cleaned the
don't have
door.
time to clean the fucking
I
door?
have cleaned the door. It gets dirty in like 2 days. I'm like, what
How is that
happens?
possible?
Because sometimes I'll be outside and I'm like, what? I don't see any dirt getting on it right now. Like every time I go to sleep, somebody just sandblasts it with human shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's also a really big building, and it is just sort of like a fucked up area, I guess. I mean, there's a big homeless encampment right by your building. But, like, I don't ever see those people fucking with your building. And that's not to talk shit about people without housing. It's just, like, it is an existence where things get dirty is all
Right.
I'm saying. And so that could maybe explain it. But, like, you don't really see them. They don't really fuck with you. You don't really fuck with them. So
No,
what
yeah.
is it?
I don't know. Also, the building, it's no other building on Earth is that color. Nothing's that color. It's the color of like hasn't been painted yet, and it's just this weird rusty kind of
Oh yeah.
weird color building that's just
Yeah,
shit.
it's like, how did orange get dirty? It's really weird, man.
Yeah.
It's also those apartment buildings where they made like they took an entire city block and they put like 400 apartments in one building.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a shitty idea in general.
Yeah,
You
I don't
can't
like it.
keep your shit together when there's that many people living in one building.
Yeah, and we only got like 2 washers in there. It just sucks.
My God.
Anyway, I'm not trying to complain too much. I love life. I love life.
You're allowed to complain and
Yeah.
not be a whiner.
Yeah, but my
You're not
roommates
being
are
a whiner.
nice. My roommates are nice.
And I feel like you can also complain and have a great life and generally like where you are.
Yeah.
I personally think can I tell you, I've spent a lot of time in my life apologizing for complaining because I don't want to sound negative and I don't want to sound like I think my life is so hard when clearly other people have a much harder life than me all over the world, even if I am broke. But the reality is complaining is fun and it
Yes.
makes you feel better and it makes other people feel better.
Well, sometimes I'm like, what else do people talk about?
Totally.
Like whenever I'm talking about my day with Jenny, I'm always like,
Who
"How's
the
your
fuck
day?"
is Jenny?
My girlfriend.
No, I
My
know.
girlfriend.
My girlfriend.
But it's all the time. I'll be like, "Oh, I just landed. This flight. This is the Uber." Like I don't know what. Talking about your day, you just complain, and then you go, "How was yours?" Oh, here. I don't even know what else to say about a day. Then
Right.
And to me, the complaints are funny. I'm like, "You're never gonna believe this shit." But yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah, man. Every time Nikki asked me how my day was, I say it was a piece of shit. It fucking sucked. And she was like, "Really?" And I'm like, "No, it's fine."
And they're both gonna ask us tonight, and we'll have to.
And I'm gonna be like, "Shut up, okay?" I'm awful.
He's a bad boyfriend.
I'm a bad boyfriend. I'm a bad guy.
That's right.
I'm not good to my girlfriend or my wife.
Whoa.
Yeah, watch out. I throw plates at him.
Whoa.
Yeah. The plates that I made for them. I make them plates out of clay. I make them plates out of clay.
All Dave's plates got Dale Earnhardt on them.
And I make them to throw. I don't try. I purposely miss, and they explode on the wall. And they're like, "Honey, stop." And I'm like, "Shut up."
That's what most podcasts are.
Yeah.
Is dudes going, "I throw plates."
I don't know why it felt that funny to me to say
No,
I
it was.
engaged in domestic violence.
Wow.
I certainly don't. I guess it's funny to me because there's no way I would ever do anything approaching that. Oh, you know why it's funny to me? First of all, the phrase "shut up" is funny to me. And to just reinforce, don't ever be violent to anyone, please God. But
Yes.
I've always thought that throwing plates was like funny.
It is funny.
Because it's so like
That's most of the Three Stooges. is that.
impotent
Yeah.
while also being explosive. Like it explodes, but you're throwing. It's like, why are you breaking the thing you eat on? You own that.
Right.
Now neither of you can eat on that.
And isn't it when you throw a plate, why is it that loud? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
loud as shit.
It's so loud, and loud is funny. Just, man. It's like you throw it because you're trying to explode it. That's fucking why.
Yeah.
You're not trying to hit the person.
Fuck
You're trying to
plates.
be an asshole.
Fuck plates.
Like, imagine that same person is just throwing solo cups. Shut up.
Or a pillow.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
throw
yeah.
a pillow.
Yeah. Dude, let's read some fucking
Yeah.
emails.
Thank you for emailing. We got some great suggestions here. I haven't heard any of these. Dave has perused a bit, but I have not heard any of them. I'm very excited.
This first one is actually a Patreon message about a thing we talked about in a Patreon episode from Michael Berry. First of all,
Michael Berry.
Michael, thank you so much for being a patron and for writing us. We
I love
love
you.
hearing from you. So we talked about Hollow Earth theory and quick summary. Hollow Earth theory, people who believe in Hollow Earth think that the Earth is hollow and that there is a super race of super intelligent, hyper advanced humans living within the Earth, and the Earth's core works like their sun and creates gravity that pushes them against. And so it's like a whole other Earth, and the entrances to the Earth are at the poles. the North and South Pole, and that's why there's a no-fly zone over it, so no one can ever see the entrance to Hollow Earth.
And we should also say this is not true.
Yeah. The Earth is
Not
flat.
true. The Earth is
Not
not
hollow.
hollow. It is flat.
It is flat.
Stationary with a large impenetrable dome over
Right.
the top.
Yeah, totally. And just beneath the Earth is Texas.
Yeah, and it's a republic.
So Michael says, Hollow Earth, fun fact, Hitler believed in Hollow Earth. And not just that we could go into the center of the Earth. He thought we already were in the center of the Earth. He had scientists working on super powerful telescopes so we could look up in the sky and see what the Allied forces were doing on the other side of the world. He thought that we were in the Hollow Earth.
He thought he could see America from
on the other side of the sky.
Really?
Man, Hitler sucked.
I mean,
You know?
this really, because in our heads we all think he's like the closest thing there is to the devil.
Yeah.
That walked the earth. Like, he's the villain of history. Number one, clearly was an evil genius who was manipulating people, like hypnotizing millions. And,
Right.
And he got so close. But that makes me think he's a fucking moron.
Yeah. He's just a dipshit. Everything about
How did
him.
he?
Well, he believed in like ghosts, and they were constantly.
He believed
trying-
in ghosts?
Oh, dude, Hitler was like constantly trying to like capture the power of the occult in all sorts of different ways. Like, I think I told you the Nazis tried to conquer Antarctica.
Well, I remember this, but now I'm like, because he wanted to go down. He wanted the entrance to the Hollow Earth.
Oh, that's probably what it was. Oh, no, because what Michael is saying is correct. Hitler believed that this is the Hollow Earth. So we're in it currently, and if you look up in the sky, on the other side of it is the other side of the world. So he also separately just wanted to have Antarctica to have it.
What?
Man.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I wish that was true.
I think Hitler might have been worse than Kamala Harris. You know what I mean, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a cop.
He had a weird laugh.
Yeah. Totally.
All cops are Hitler.
Oh, yeah. A cop.
All
A cop.
all Kamalas are cop. Wow, what a
Adam Christie, Adolf Hitler. That's
shout
a
out to Adam
cop.
Christie.
A cop.
But don't you kind of wish there was a Hollow Earth? Like,
Yeah,
it
of course I
seems
do.
fun.
I wish there were ghosts. I wish
Yeah.
there was Sasquatch. I wish there was God. I wish there was all of it. I wish I could see it. I wish there was God. I wish I could see him. I wish he told me what was going on. That sounds
wish
great.
JFK was alive.
I wish there was a heaven. I wish the earth was flat. I wish JFK was alive. I wish the movie Elf was a documentary. You know what I mean? Of course I fucking wish this shit were true. I wish every ghost show was true. I wish there were aliens, and I wish I knew them.
Well, yeah, I wish all that too. And I wouldn't that be a fun movie set in a world where everything's true?
Yeah, oh my God, that would be so great.
Even every rumor is true. You know,
Oh, totally.
that would be a fun movie. The Men in Black. I guess it's already just Men in Black. You know?
Yeah. Oh man, sorry I was late to work today. There was this big floating blueberry girl blocking my window, so I didn't know that it was the sun had come up. Shit.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I wish
man.
It was true too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh man, sorry I didn't get here on time. There was a 3-headed dog blocking the entrance to the office.
Oh man, you need your parking validated. We do validate. Sorry, that's the boss's dog.
Yeah, man.
It's in the season, you know.
Yeah, well.
Imagine a
I'm
3-headed
just telling you, I'm not going to make it to the meeting if there's a fucking Cerebus in the parking lot.
getting on a plane. It's got a vest
Yeah.
with 3 head holes. It's a little
Totally.
service Cerberus. Can you imagine one of those Minotaurs in the exit row, and they're like, "Do you? I need a verbal from the
Right.
Minotaur. Will you help everyone get off this plane?"
I don't know if I want to make my flight. The Grim Reaper is at the airport. Man, that would be wild. Definitely want all this shit to be true.
You know who I was behind in traffic? Tupac. It's ridiculous.
Totally. Have you seen my laser gun? Dude, I love sci-fi and fantasy, and it is for this exact reason. I watch it,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
I
fuck
wish it
yeah,
was
dude.
true.
I am your
so
father.
great.
You know what I mean? Hell fucking yeah. I want to fly on a dog. I want to ride a dog to work. A big fucking flying dog over statues of my grandparents or whatever. I don't know. I'm mixing up.
Man.
I want to ride a shield downstairs shooting a bow and arrow at orcs. I fucking want to.
Me too, man. Man, that just brought me so much joy. Just hoping.
I know.
So thanks for that suggestion. I don't know.
This one is from Kathleen Thompson. Kathleen, thank you so much for
What's up, Kath?
For writing us. Also, we met. The subject line of the email is rename my podcast? ?
Ooh.
I met Dave in Denver. Kathleen, I very much remember meeting you. Thank you so much for coming
Wow.
to High Plains Comedy Festival and saying hi to me.
festival.
And yeah, I don't know. I always think it's so cool. Always come say hi. I always love meeting you. And I think it's so cool because I'm socially anxious. I know everyone on earth is. And it's awkward to say hi to someone you haven't met before. But come do it. I'm open to it. I love it. Kathleen, thanks for writing. She says, Dave and Caleb, hello. I got the chance to meet Dave at High Plains Comedy Festival, and I want to say thank you because you're very kind. Oh, that's nice. And it made my weekend. My friends and I drove from Des Moines to Denver.
Oh, God. That's
Isn't that
great.
fucking wild?
That's amazing.
That's like 11 hours or something, 12 hours maybe?
Wow.
Des Moines to Denver to see the show and getting to meet Dave after being such huge fans of Suicide Buddies and then What's It Called made it totally worth it. The show was great. We were losing our shit. Man, okay. Well, you're the best.
Oh, yeah, Kath.
I was wondering if you guys would rename my podcast. It's called The Corn Belt Chronicles.
What?
And my best friend Rachel and I talk about what it's like to live in the middle of nowhere, explain obscure Midwestern history, and joke about being Hicks. We're two queer women from farms in Iowa who went on to study history, sociology, and political science, so we feel very passionate about Midwestern culture and politics. That sounds fucking dope. Shout out to Corn Belt Chronicles. Everybody seek it out. And I feel like in my message you wrote me about your show, that your show is up now. That's, I think. Anyway, our name list was complicated. We had Country Girls Make Do, Hoes from the Heartland, and Soybean Sluts.
Whoa.
But I just know you guys can do better.
Mm.
Corn Belt Chronicles is going to drop this Friday, October 1st on all platforms, and we're on social media at Corn Belt Pod.
Corn Belt.
Sending love from Iowa, signed Katie Thompson and Rachel Overla,
Wow.
co-host. And yeah, so it's up now, Corn Belt Chronicles. And they're asking for a name.
They're
And I
asking for a
honestly, I think
name.
Corn Belt Chronicles is really
Corn
good.
Belt Chronicles is great.
So-
How about Milk Duds?
Holy shit, that's great. That's so. How about ethanol? Nah. Like ethanol.
How
you
about
know?
Fitting Y'all?
There it is. Ethanol.
Effing y'all.
Effing us.
How about the Earth's flat?
Oh, ethanol, y'all.
Ethanol, y'all.
Ethanol, y'all. Or the earth is flat.
Earth's flat.
The earth ain't flat, but Iowa is.
Flat state.
Dude, honestly, yeah. Flat state theory.
How about Nothing Burger?
What are corn stalks? Corn husks?
Corn.
I am but a husk.
I am but a husk. How about Iowa? What's it called?
Nice, dude. Hell yeah. Iowa what?
Ayahuasca.
Honestly, Iowa what is
Iowa
cool.
what?
Iowa what now?
That's fun. Country girls.
Iowa.
Midwest.
Yeah.
How about the wild Midwest?
Midwest?
Mid. Ooh, I like Midwest.
Midwest. And then you have a song that Will Smith sings.
Yeah. Well, everybody, welcome to the
Midwest.
mid. How about medium west?
Okay. All
Instead of
right.
mid. I think
Kanye West.
Kanye West. Kanye West.
Mid-Yay West.
Mid-Yay West. I think we got some good ones here. What is it? What's the real name again? It's Corn
Belt
Chronicles.
And also something, so they're queer girls from Iowa. They studied history, sociology, and political science. Their other names were Hoes from the Heartland, Soybean Sluts, and Country Girls Make Do. Yeah, Corn Whores.
Corn whores.
Oh, boy.
Corn whores.
Let's see. Stalk Sisters.
Stalk sisters.
Yeah, totally.
Queer corn. The corn porn. Corn porn.
Corn porn, dude.
Corn porn.
Corn porn. I feel like that's an inaccurate description, but fuck, that's great.
That's fun, though.
Corn stars.
Corn stars. Whoa.
Hey.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's really good.
Yeah,
corn
yeah.
stars.
Corn stars. Because it could also, it sounds like you're saying corn starch.
Yeah, corn stars.
I like something off of ethanol. It's hard to do an ethanol pun because it's such like a complicated sounding word. But man, but ethanol, that'd be fun.
Honestly, I think we got
That's
we got
all.
a bunch of good ones here. We got corn stars, corn porn. We got flat Earth, flat state.
Can we come up with one that involves Iowa, history, and the fact that it's two girls hosting, like they did with? I feel like Soybean Sluts. Like you can't. I understand why you didn't call it that. It sort of pigeonholes you into having a certain audience.
How about two girls, one pod?
Hey, yeah,
That's something.
two corns, one husk.
Two corns, one husk. Two girls, one state.
Two girls, one state. Yeah, soy in Iowa. Like
soy.
Yeah, soy.
Soy.
No, like corn girls, history and sociology. I'm just trying to think. What's some like
How about the best little podcast in Iowa?
oh. That's actually like a really sweet, adorable name.
I like it. I mean, we got, like I say, a bunch of good suggestions. One of these got to work,
I think that we can come up with one or two more. I feel that you're trying to move on. I feel it.
Well, I'm just
And
trying. I know that
And I understand.
we got corn, we got country, we got girls, we got queer, we got Iowa. Is Des Moines in there? So Des Moines, Dubuque,
Cedar Rapids.
Cedar Rapid, Corntown.
Gay on the Cob.
That's my favorite.
Gay girls on the Cob.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna click on that.
Yeah, I think one of those will definitely work. Well,
Let us know which one you picked.
There was one in there I'm forgetting that I really liked, but also I think Corn Belt Chronicles is maybe the one.
It's hard to beat.
Cornfields. It's just sort of like, yeah, a Slipknot pun would be great.
I mean,
Two slips, one knot.
two slips, one knot. Two girls, one.
I can't. It's just all our references are porn. I
Two
don't
girls,
want
one cob.
I think two corns, one cob. That's so ridiculous. I just don't know if a two girls, one cup pun is what we should gift to our audience.
I
Just
guess
like,
you're right.
yeah. Goatsy people. Eh? How about that? Shitting. Corn and shit.
Corn and shit.
There's corn in my shit.
I'm just imagining that Sheriff Woody voice saying that. There's corn in my shit.
There's corn in my shit.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry, the Corn Belt girls, but
Tractor ladies.
Tractor ladies.
Yeah.
She thinks my tractor's a podcast.
Irrigate this.
Hell yeah.
Fertilize yourself.
I mean, you could change your name of your podcast every week.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Thank you so much for writing. I hope one of those helped. I honestly don't think we beat Corn Belt Girls or Corn Belt
let
Chronicles.
Let us know if you try it. You can change it and then change it back. We don't care.
Yeah. I think it really depends. Like, Corn Belt Chronicles is good because anyone could listen to it and catch any of the other names, including some of your other ones, Hoes from the Heartland and Soybean Sluts. It really... It cuts down your possible audience to a certain fraction of the population. Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah, country girls.
Cocaine and food with Katie and Rachel.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for writing.
Yeah, we love all
And
these.
at Corn Belt Pod. Follow them. Listen to their shit.
Check out the Corn Belt.
Okay, so this next one, man, I'm really excited about this. And here's the thing. I think that this is actually going to be the last one for this week.
Oh, yeah, wow.
And in a few weeks, we'll do some more. So write us. What the hell is it called at gmail.com?
Hell yeah, we love renaming your stuff.
Yeah, and we get so caught up in it.
Yeah,
we end up only doing a few an episode.
Episode's going to end.
So this is from Ben Reese. What's up?
Ben.
Thanks so much for
buddy.
writing. And they say, hi, fellas. My grandpa and I used to golf together before his health issues and old age became too much for him in the last 2 to 3 years. He gave me this golf tee that he made, which never breaks because it is made of rubber. So basically, I have an indestructible golf tee that my grandpa gave me, and it's in dire need of a name. And he sent some photos.
Awesome.
First of all, there's a SpongeBob golf ball that's a bright orange golf ball with SpongeBob's face sitting on the tee. And yeah, it's like a rubber, like normally a golf tee, when you think of it, it's just like a little spike that you push into the ground. But this is like a little rubber circle. It's like a rubber washer with a rubber tube on top of it that you can set anywhere. It doesn't have to be pushed into the ground. You set the ball on top of that. And
Oh, that's
yeah,
dope.
hell yeah.
That's great. How about Tom Cotton?
Yeah, so you can beat the shit out of it. Every time you play golf, you can beat the fuck out of Tom Cotton
And you
if
should
you
name
want.
your SpongeBob ball Lindsey Graham. You put him on Tom Cotton, and then
Yeah.
you whack him across the
Yeah,
yard.
and you have a little shithead sandwich that you can
Yeah.
hit with your fucking golf club. And then you can name your driver Swift Justice. If you want to be that type of intense with your life. Okay, I like this. Okay, so first of all, it's because it's just like a little circular disc
How about
with a
the Hollow
tube
Earth?
with a tube on top of it. Yeah, it does sort of look like a little hat.
Ooh.
Yeah, totally.
How about Honest Abe?
That's such a great name,
Pretty
Caleb.
good.
I think Honest Abe is the name. I want to talk about it a little bit more, but I think Honest, you're not going to, because it looks like a top hat where the
Yeah.
top is hollow.
Honest
so
Abe.
Hollow Abe. Honest Abe or Hollow Abe both work.
Yeah.
Driver helper. Huh?
Driver helper.
You know? Come
How
on.
about Tom Green?
It's funny because I know that you're just saying the first proper noun that comes into your head, but they all work. Yeah, Tom Green, Tom Wopat,
Yeah. How
Um,
about
Peter Griffin,
Paul Danke?
Mr. Bean,
How about Farquaad?
Will Weldon,
Tim Miller?
Robin Tran.
John Patton?
These are all just comedians I like.
Jack Spratt?
Who is Jack Spratt?
He could eat no fat and his wife could eat no lean. But it's clean.
What?
It's an old ditty, little kid ditty.
Oh my God.
Jack Spratt could eat no fat and his wife could eat no lean. It was
Oh,
like one of
wow.
those, before
I've heard of Jack Spratt.
entertainment.
But I didn't know that it was a little saying.
Yeah, I don't think he was real either.
Yeah, sure.
Jack Spratt. Good name.
You know where I'd heard Jack Spratt referenced in hip hop rhymes.
Oh.
And I guess they were referencing that.
That's a name for Joe Biden, Jack Spratt.
So what do you call something that's a tube sitting on a circle, aside from a dick with no balls? No
kinda
ball. Call it no ball dick. That's what you.
Grandpa's no ball.
Grandpa's no ball dick. Short, stubby dick, no balls. Call it that.
How about the road chode?
Sure.
How about the golf ball?
Yeah.
Golf halls.
The rubber nubber.
The rubber nubber. Nutter butter.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. The nubber bubber.
So I think Honest Abe is good.
Honest Abe is dope, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, and that'll be fun to be like, let's get out old Honest Abe and play around.
How about Mr. T?
Mr. T.
Honest Abe and Mr. T are both a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I mean,
We can get some other ones in here.
Ricky shit.
Hot tea,
Hot tea.
iced tea, body count.
Bartholomew.
That's similarly very good. I think
Fandango.
Bartholomew, Honest Abe, and what was the other one? And Mr. T. I think
Mr. T.
are all good.
Hey, it's your pick. And, whatever you think honors your grandfather the best,
Ben, thank you so much for writing us.
Oh, yeah. Man, this was so fun.
So fun.
Oh, I can't wait to do some more.
What the hell is it called at gmail.com, patreon.com/what's it called. Also,
Hell yeah.
at What's It Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Any of these places you write us or comment at us, we love to hear from you, and we'll hopefully read it on the show.
Damn right.
So please do. We just love you
I love you.
so much. Thanks so Jesus Christ. Caleb has an erection. And I guess that's something I'm just going to have to deal with for a minute now.
Yeah. Blue Chew.
Thank you so much for listening to the show. What's it called? .rodeo for all the links that have to do with it. Write us. What the hell is it called at gmail.com, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
What's it called? What's it called? What's it